What's the biggest struggle you've made it through?
Um, you want to start talking about my divorces? How much time do you have?
we got time.
Okay.
Whatever you want, man.
All right. Well, I have gone through 2 divorces, and they are very difficult to deal with. Everything that you work your butt off for your entire life, and then you have to split it down the middle.
Yeah.
That's hard to deal with. Um, Probably the biggest factor to that, I would say, is there are kids involved in both.
Yep.
And, you know, when you go from seeing your offspring every day, excited about them coming out of the school and saying, Daddy,
Uh-huh.
uh, and then that only happens every other day. Um, or for me, the hard part is at night. So the hardest part for me is definitely the nights that I don't have them. It's so unbelievably quiet. I hate it.
Yep.
I hate it so much. And then they're around and you're like, ugh, oh my gosh, just calm down and go find something to do. And so it's a catch-22, but at the same time, I would rather have crazy with them
Uh-huh.
than peace without them. You understand what I
Agreed.
mean? Yeah. It's very difficult. The nights that are quiet are very hard. Especially since the second one is so fresh. And she's 7.
Yeah.
So at 7 years old, they like to do things. And she's so much fun. But when it's gone, it's like really eerie quiet.
Yeah, it's kind of lonely too.
Extremely.
That's how I felt. I think that's probably the toughest thing for me too. Was just that, yeah, going from seeing all the time to then it's like, yeah, you have the weeks, because we do week on week off,
Mm-hmm.
and the weeks off, it's like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I got to fill it with time, and it's gotten easier as time is. I mean, it's been probably close to 3 years, so
Yeah.
it gets easier, but it's still, yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Yeah. See, and it's been 10 years since my first, and we have me and the older ones have um, pretty much a schedule, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect, but it's scheduled.
Yeah.
So I talk to them FaceTime a lot, and they're here when they can be, but the distance, is a big factor. And then with the newest one is not as difficult because I still get to see her every day.
Yeah.
But that's about to change as soon as our house sells, and it definitely will not be the same because I'll go back to the every other day or every other week, like you had said.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm pretty much just dreading the quietness. But
Yeah.
that's just life, I mean, it's unfortunate. Nobody wants that, but under certain circumstances, I mean, sometimes divorce is the best answer. I mean, you got to think about what's in the best interest of my children. I mean, I've talked to people that are just married, miserable, and stay together because of their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're unhappy and your partner's unhappy, your children are unhappy. And if that is true, then maybe it is time to let go. And, I mean, I'll be 100% honest. When I separated from my most recent ex, I even told her, like, I feel like a better dad. And I feel like a better dad because I am 100% invested in her when I have her.
Yep.
And there are no distractions.
Mm-hmm.
There are no influences, good or bad.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it's been so difficult to start seeing that stuff, but it has made me realize that I am capable of more than what I think I am. And so, um, not that ever felt like I was a bad dad
Yeah.
or anything like that, but when I had a partner and I had extra work to get done, I
Yep.
would get my extra work done because I know my kid is okay. I know she's fine. I know
Hmm.
her mom loves her. Her mom is a great mother. I have not a single thing to say about either one of my exes in a negative fashion.
Yep.
It just, well, the first one was, I was very young
Yeah.
and we just were toxic for each other. Um, she knows that, I know that, and um, we both moved on and we're way happier, you know.
Yep.
And so, as long as the kids are taken care of, that's all that really matters to me.
For sure. That's a big part.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's crazy too, thinking about all the, because I mean, I resonate with a lot of stuff you said, is like, thinking about the growth and stuff that comes out of something like that,
yeah,
like divorce, which is wild. So like, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this podcast, probably wouldn't be doing music, probably wouldn't have made this big impact with people as I have had I not went through that, you know?
for sure.
So it's interesting, the good things that come out of those dark moments. And I think sometimes that's what we need in order to grow, which is what's interesting.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I have personally grown a lot going through not just the divorce, but
Yeah,
all struggles in life,
exactly.
because there's many. It's about, I don't know, I would say, I don't even have a percentage, but there's a lot of negative things that happen in life. Um, but uh, there's so much positive, and if you focus your brain on the right things, I don't see how you could go wrong, really. It's just getting your mind to flip is really hard
It is.
because as a human, like you said, we want to look at the negatives. What is the worst case scenario?
Yep.
Well, from a therapist standpoint, what's the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, and the most likely outcome? And that is how I answer all of life's problems anymore,
Exactly.
is through those three things, you know? Um, and, with children involved, I always have to, I have to think about that for them too.
For sure.
It's not just about me. It's about what's in the best interest for them.
Yep.
And that comes first. And then what's in the best interest for me.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, struggles fascinating because I think there's two options. It's like we let it consume us, we fall, or we find a way to make it through. And I think the finding a way to make it through is what at the end of the day makes it better
Yeah.
for us. So
Agreed.